I wanted to do a live viewing or capture of me setting up a Workspace Hub using Rochelle's blog that I tweeted out earlier today. So it's this blog right here. And yeah, so Rochelle is works in our Office of Innovation under Chris Black, and she did this really cool workflow of setting up Logics apps into the Citrix Ready Workspace Hub. And I just went through it. It was pretty simple. It actually took me longer to figure out how to live stream than it did for me to set this up. I just wanted to do it in video form. I figured I'd do it live. So here we go. I'm going to create a new resource, and this is going to be a Logics app. So I'm just going to type in Logic. Let me go back there. Logic app. We're going to create one. I'm just going to give this thing a name. I don't know, Workspace Hub Demo. Pay as you go is my subscription. Resource, I think I already have one. Yeah, and it's on East Coast, which is where I am. So I'm going to hit create. Not too difficult. Setting up Azure for your first time can be kind of confusing, but that's a Microsoft thing, not a me thing. So let's go to this new Logic app I just created. I'm going to go to all resources, and there it is, my Workspace Hub demo. And oh, I don't want this, go away. So there's my demo. Now her blog is going to bring you through a lot more details than I'm going to go to. Mainly, I'm just going to copy what she does and put it in, say, click here and grab this code. So here's the code. I'm just going to grab it all, copy, and we're going to drop it here in the code viewer. And let's get rid of this junk, paste. And I'm going to hit save. Boom. Now with that done, I'm going to jump over to Logic App Designer. And this all showed up now. This isn't here originally, just so you know. This is basically just following the flow for code. There's an event. The event has two things. One of them could equal connect or disconnect. All that is actually in her code if you want to see it. The connect, disconnect phase is there. But now I need to make it do something. So basically that's something's going to happen. HTTP request is going to be received. What's going to happen? And in the Workspace Hub, there's two triggers that are going to happen. It's either going to be a connection trigger or a disconnection trigger. And when that trigger happens, what do we want to occur? Now, frankly, I want to do something cooler than this, and for something I'm doing at Synergy. But for Rochelle's blog, she just does something really simple in that she makes it show up on a Slack group. So I'm going to go to Slack, find that integration. So there's my channel, and I'm going to make a post a message on Slack. Oh, I got to sign in here. This is why I typically record my demos, so you don't have to see stuff. I'm inside a Slack group for Citrix CTPs. I'll annoy those guys. We're going to authorize this thing. And I'm in. So what channel should I post this in? I created a channel called IoT something. I think IoT test. There it is. No one's in this channel except me, so I can just say, when you see this, I have approached my Workspace Hub. And say, because that's my connection test. And then on the disconnect, I'm going to add an action. And we're going to do the same thing. We're going to do a Slack post. And I'll put it in the same channel. So IoT test. And a message body is going to say, when you see this, I have walked away from my Workspace Hub. Okay, and I'm going to save that. Now the final step to this, and I'm doing this live, which means this isn't going to be very secure, but I need to grab this URL. So I'm going to copy that, and I'm purposely not going to show the full string live because that would make you able to hit my API, which would be bad. But now I'm going to jump over to my Workspace Hub. Behind me, I have a Workspace Hub running. I'm going to wake it up real quick so I can get its IP address. Control-Alt-C. And there it is. My IP address is 192.168.1.121. There she is. And I've obviously logged into this earlier today. So from here, I'm going to go to my connections, my Workspace Hub connection. I'm going to edit it. And I'm going to go to Workspace Hub. And here's my two triggers. Oops, delete that. I don't know why those are, that must be for my previous test, whatever, it doesn't matter. I created a new one. So I'm going to paste that trigger in there and paste the second trigger in there. I'm going to hit save. So there's the workflow trigger is the same one in this case, although obviously you could point them to different locations. And I'm just going to go into general to make sure it's gone. Now on the Workspace Hub, you can't see me, I'm not on my camera right now, but I'm going to jump over on the hub and I'm going to quit the actual application. Actually, let me switch over to camera if I can figure that out real quick. Let's stop my screen sharing and let's put my camera on. Hey, I'm not dressed up for today. So this is my hub behind me. And what I meant by quitting out the application, there's a little hamburger menu at the bottom. I'm just clicking on exit there. So it's going to go away. And then I'm going to double click that hub. Basically, I'm just kind of restarting the application so it gets my new settings. And once the application has been restarted, it's up and running. Now I can do the fun stuff. So this is my, I'm running Citrix Receiver because I'm not inside my company walls right now. I have to do my VIP. I'm gonna copy that, paste it in here, sign on. All right, so now this is just Citrix casting, but what I'm now beyond the fact that it's going to launch a session due to proximity, so that was Citrix casting going on, but now I'm also using the IoT hub in the background so that that proximity trigger just did something, and you saw me build what it did. So I'm gonna jump over to my Slack here, and I'm gonna go to that CTP group, and what I put in IoT test, and there it is, 4:38, which is the current time. I'm just gonna grab my camera, I'm gonna show it to you. When you see this, I've approached my Workspace Hub, and now I'm going to walk away from my Workspace Hub I'm going to force that disconnect action just by simply swiping down with 2 fingers to disconnect. And I already saw it update on my Slack screen. I'll show you that right here. And now it shows, sorry, I'm trying to get to focus. There. When you see this, I've walked away from my Workspace Hub. So really simple. Obviously, beacon triggers are something we could do a lot more with other than showing Slack. I know at Synergy, I have some clear ideas of what we can do with beacon triggers. And you see it just logged back in with proximity, and I've got another trigger on my screen. So pretty cool, great blog by Rochelle, and you know, pretty simple thing to start playing around with.